Christmas 2025 part 16 and a half or 17, I don't know anymore. We're going to make up a couple extension cords. Let me turn some lighting on here. I've got in this bag should be everything I need to make up a couple extension cords. Aside from maybe some outlets. I don't think I have outlets in this bag, but just don't think we're going to be doing those kind of extension cords in this video. Ah, see, I only have these kind. Let me just move the Christmas lights. We're not working on Christmas lights anymore. Or at least we're not working on Christmas lights anymore as of right now. I only got this kind of plug. I need this kind. Thankfully, that's not going to be an issue. I got a cord here that needs a plug. Or technically, the correct word is receptacle or outlet. I'm going to wipe the cord down because it's all dusty and gross from being out in the garage. If you're on my channel thinking you're gonna get a nice, pristine, clean cord, you're on the wrong YouTube channel. I'm only here to take some of the loose dirt and dust off, not clean the whole cable. It's not exactly the ideal extension cord color for Christmas lights anyways. So it's not like you're gonna see it. I'm gonna end up hiding this one as best as I can. I just wanted it cleaned up so I'm not getting paint dust everywhere, because this was out in the garage from when we were painting a couple summers ago. So this one just needs a plug put on it. As you can see, this is off an old work light, so it's probably only 16 or 18 gauge wire. .18 gauge. Should be good for about, I think that's what, 8 or 10 amps. 16 gauge is good for, or 18 gauge is good for. It's probably only ever going to see maybe 5 amps. First problem, I didn't strip enough wire off because these are ones where you have to wrap the wire around the plug. I'm more of a fan of those, the yellow Hubble ones like this. Or, I guess these Leviton kind of knockoff design ones that kind of just rip off the Hubble. Or somewhere I got a really heavy duty one. I think it's in the storage room, but I need to probably redo it, so let's see if I can find it. Yeah, it's right here. If I can untangle it here. It's also a Hubble plug, but it's a bit heavier duty. One of these ones. That's a cord we gotta redo a little bit later though. Guess I should turn some lights on at the desk here, shouldn't I? Get just a little bit more lighting. And a screwdriver. You might recall this one came off of a set of Christmas lights. Assuming that part is out already. Oops, don't want to do that too much. Just tighten these down. Gonna get a different screwdriver for that. Something that doesn't slip as much. It's ever so slightly too long. Am I really gonna care over that? No. Ideally, yes, I should cut off just a little bit more of the wire. So that there's no exposed wires. Although it's not really the wire that's exposed, it's just the internal insulation. These screws suck. Yeah, it's just the internal insulation that you can see, but in reality I should really redo that just a little bit better. I got another one in here that's a little bit longer. It's got a switch on it that I'm going to use. It's also 18 gauge. That's not part of this. That's a melted 1/4-inch cable. I got this one here that I took off an old vacuum cleaner. I put a plug and I put a switch in line, but I don't think this one works. I want to say that this one does not work, if I remember correctly. Correct, this one does not work. How about the neutral side? Does it connect through? Of course it does. So, either the brake is here or here. I don't like these plugs. Let's start here. Doesn't look like it should be here. Switch is in the on position. Set it to where it beeps. Oh, touching the wrong piece here. Nothing. So it's not here, so we can put this end back together. Thankfully, because I hate these plugs with a passion. This kind of, these Eaton ones, these just infuriate me. They always piss me off when I'm working on them. Same with these inline switches. I hate them. Oh shit, I fucked up the exposure. There we go. And that's odd because it's something with this switch. Well, that's just not going to work, is it? Here, why don't I do this? Just gonna plug in a cord at the end. I don't know. It's just something weird with the manufacturing in this switch, I guess. I wonder if I put it back together now if it'll work properly. It seems to me like it's very reliant on pressing on the housing for it to want to function correctly. You know what? I have a solution that's probably a little bit of a better idea than a switch making bad contact. Let's just get rid of that. Just throw it right into my trash because it doesn't fucking work anyways. Cut the cord in half. Might leave me with just enough wire to work with on this end. Let's see, which end do I have? I got the end with the plug. This is very much not ideal, but it will work. Although I must say, do not do what I'm about to do. Well, this part is okay. This part is completely and utterly okay. Because I'm not doing anything sketchy here. Ouch. Except for poking myself. But don't do that. That's not pleasant. Time for new wire strippers. These ones are starting to wear out. Cut off all of it. Stuff inside there. Now I'm just left with the wires. Yeah, this side's not going to be anything sketchy. Other than, well, I'm using an old vacuum cleaner power cord as an extension cord, and that might be sketchy to some. But it's not super sketchy to me. Try to get as much under that as the screw as I possibly can. Or even in the shot, just barely. Let's bring the camera way down here. So this end is done. This part of the cord is done. We'll check it with a multimeter. Zero ohms. 0 ohms. Nothing between. Yeah, nothing between. So there's no shorts on this cord. If I plug it into the wall right now, nothing explodes. It's exactly what you want to see. Now for this other half. This is where things might get a little more sketchy. to some. And this is the part where I say don't do this. If you think it's sketchy, just don't do it. I'm going to take this plug and we're going to attach this plug to the wire. These plugs are the not fun ones to attach wires to. That's done correct. Don't know how to get a very good shot of this one. There. That end is done. That's the okay end. This end is where things might get a little sketchy. Ouch. You can probably see where this is about to go. Just be glad I'm about to solder it and not do what I used to do. I hear a very angry Tux because he can't go outside. He thinks that the window is still open, but it's not because it's snowed and it's like -5 out now. Does it have an amp rating on it somewhere? You can probably tell where this is going just based off the sound. Pull this one off of it too. I'm looking for a wire gauge. .18 gauge. We're good. Yes, this is going exactly where you think it's going. I am going to solder that plug onto the end of the cord. pulling out a thick heat shrink. I don't even know if this stuff is as thick as I need it to be. It's not, so I'm gonna have to wrap this in electrical tape. Oh well, that's nothing new. I'll want to connect it a little something like this, where the ribbed side goes to neutral. This is nice and warm. I'm going to want to work fast with the heat. Is it the world's nicest solder job? No. Is it going to work? Yes. That's all I care about, is if it's functional or not. Doesn't need to be pretty as long as it's functional, as far as I care. There we go. Let that cool. I'm going to get the electrical tape. I'm also going to wash the lead off my hand. Get the electrical tape. It's not over here, it's actually over here now. Ideally, I would have heat shrink the whole wire, but I don't have big enough heat shrink tubing at the moment. Let that cool for a minute. I did say that exploded set wouldn't go to waste. And here it is, parts being used off the exploded set. Now keep in mind, this is obviously going to be an indoor set now. This cord, that is, will be indoor only, but that's okay. Grab the end of the plug. Both are polarized, so the two will plug into each other. I'm going to leave these because this might get plugged into a C9 set or C7 set or something. Connecting to the hot. Check to the neutral. Nothing. Connecting to the neutral. If I can find it in there. This probe's probably not the best example for this. Connecting to the neutral. To the hot. Flipping it around. Connecting to the hot. Connecting to the neutral. I think we're good to plug it in and see if it explodes. It does not. I have a load. We can put a load on all of these lights. And on all these cords. Just to cord works. See, I only plan on making 2 extension cords. Getting 3 done is a bonus. Works. Finally, the last one that will probably I'm gonna redo this end a little bit. I'm not super thrilled about that wire sticking out so far. I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Because I do have an intention for this cord after Christmas. And I want it done right. Why half-ass it when you can do it right? I need probably about that much slack to about there. Can always cut more if I need. I'm one that likes to come and trim off the excess bits. Make it about as even as I can. Oh, drop the cord. Just gonna trim off the other side real quick. Strip back a fair bit of wire. Christmas time is that one time of the year where I just barely have enough extension cords to get everything going. Between the outside lights and the inside lights, I need a lot of extension cords to get my Christmas lights going. At least down here I have access to, 4 electrical circuits. I got my 20 amp split circuit, so I got 20 amps at 120 volts on both legs to play with. I got a 15 amp for the main portion that this desk is plugged into. And I got another 15 amp half of the circuit. There we go, I didn't even have to cut more off. I got another 15 amp circuit for the other half of the basement, so that's 4. So maybe it's 5, because I got one where the freezer's plugged in that I can tap off of, which is a light circuit, but for how often I use the lights down here, there's already an outlet on it that the freezer's plugged into, and the freezer draws like nothing, so. There. Because my plan for this one after Christmas is use it with this work light that has like a 3-foot cord. Because that'll make the cord longer. I am going to run it through a quick check to make sure that it's not shorting out in there. Which it's not. Plug it in and plug the light in. Sure enough, it works. Why wouldn't it? So, kind of a shorter video, especially compared to the one I'm about to release, or have released, depending on when this part comes out. It is, well, because I don't know when it releases, I'm just going to say it's much longer than this. So, thanks for watching.